Hello everyone, welcome back in second video. Last video we already created our one function which is a hello world. Just a quick reminder, in last video what we did, we actually did extension from here and it was a live server. We are writing everything in a Visual Studio Code. You can do same thing in a console also, but I like to do in a Visual Studio Code because in a later we only going to write everything in a Visual Studio Code. We are not going to write in a practically in a console, right? So that's the reason we are writing over here. This is not proper way to write everything in HTML, but I don't want to start with a tough way, or as I mentioned in last video, we're going to crawl, then we're going to start walking, and then we're going to run. So that's the reason I'm doing that one. And next time, after a few video, we're going to do a separate script file. That's what we're going to do. But anyway, we're going to start our video. We're going to start with how to create a variable and a data type. So what is a variable actually? So variable is nothing but it is just a placeholder, right? So it's a label type of thing. Remember in like math class we says like x is equal to 7. So 7 is a value and x, that's called as a variable. So how we create a variable? There are a var, there is a let, and there is a const. Okay, that is the three way we're going to create our variable. So first, how to do a comment? So control and slash, right? So that's is a comment. So what the comment means? So that is nothing. So it basically it's not going to display in a console. Okay, so it's going to be ignored. So let's start with the variable. I'm going to delete for now. So variable a equal to hello. Again, there is a reminder. Even if you use a single quote, still that's going to work. If you don't need, like if you don't use even semicolon, that's going to be also work. I'm using because if you need to practice in a different language, that's where it's needed. So I don't want to do single inverted comma over here and double inverted comma in a Java or something like that, and that's where you need semicolon. So for a better practice, that's why we're going to use that one. Okay, also like when you learn a Java, you don't say where or let, instead you say string because it's a string, right? So that's how you're going to say. But JavaScript is very loosely typed, so you just specify over here. Another way you can do var b, right? And in next you say b equal to, in this time you say hi. Okay, that's a two way you can do it. There are another way also, but I'm going to see one. So right now a lot of people says don't use a var, and I'll tell you why. Okay, let me first console dot log, and we're going to say a semicolon, and I'm going to do the same thing, and here I would say b. Okay, so I create a one variable name a. I stored my string hello in a, and I'm printing a. Same thing I did a b, and I'm printing a value of b, right? And b is name of my variable. That's a two way. Either you can declare and then initialize after. And let's see. Hello and hi. That's a cool thing about our live server. I don't even have to refresh, right? As soon as I say like Control S here, I save here, and it display over here. Just a quick reminder, if you forget, basically you right click on your index HTML and you say live server, right? So that's how you're going to do it. Right click, open with live server, okay, and it will take you over here, and you click on F12 and it will open your console here. That's where you're going to see. Okay, so why it's not good idea to use a where, right? Okay, and I'm going to show you why. I already created a variable a, right? And now I would once again create my another variable a equal to 10. I already created a, right? But I forget somehow, and I'm going to make console dot log, and I'm specify over here. So now I'm going to do a, right? But there are two variables, and let's see, it printed out 10, so last one, and the first one is not printed out. So I might be thinking why it's printed out, but maybe I forget. I already created this is the second time, right? It's a repetition of that one. So let's try same scenario with the let. Okay, so let b equal to, and this time high, and let b equal to 10. Okay, it's exactly same thing we are doing here. So where a hello, where a 10, let b high, let b 10, and I'm going to console b. So, and I would say b here, save, and let's see. And you can see that error. So let constant redeclaration. So I would say, oh yeah, I'm doing second time. That's why it's helping me out, right? That's why it's not good idea to use a where. Instead, we're going to use a let. And there is another one is a const. So when you don't want to change, right? You don't want to assign. So what that mean? I'm going to tell. So let b equal to hello. Okay, I'm not creating a second same variable, but I'm changing it. Okay, b equal to, and now I say hi. Okay, and let comment out this one, and now I console log dot b, and it's printed hi, right? Because I change it. Again, don't confuse with the previous example. Previous example I once again created with the let. I'm not doing that one. I'm reassigning. Okay, that's a different thing. So that's where you're going to use a let. But const, that I don't want to change, right? So I would say c equal to, and I'm doing same thing here. Hello, and now c equal to hi, and here I'm going to say c, and let's see. Okay, assignment to constant. So I am declaring here that I am not going to change it, and here I'm going to, right? So I already specifying here that c is permanent, that's fixed, that's not going to change, but here I'm changing it. So that's the reason it's giving me error. If I do let, then it will be allowing me. Okay, and if I say here, you say hi, is printed this guy hi. So you have a question, then when I'm going to use let and when I'm going to use a const. So let's say you are working on some typical of the application where it's like hours needed, right? Or minutes, or maybe day of week. So how many days of the week? 7. How many months? 12. That's not going to change, right? It's 12. For example, you are working with a calculator or something like that. That's not going to change. some math operation where it's like a 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, right? So that's where you're going to use a const, okay, in those type of scenario. Otherwise it's a good idea to use a let. So that's where you're going to use. Okay, so these are the variable, right? So once again, variable has 3 types. So there are 3 ways we can do it. One is variable, one is var, one is let, and 3 is const. Okay, but we are not going to use a var. That's not good practice. So we're going to use a let, and if we want to use somewhere which is the value not going to change, then it's const. Okay, all right, so these are the thing about the variable. What is data type? Okay, so how many types of data type? So we already saw the string. Okay, so let a, I'm going to delete this one, let a equal to, in a string I would say hello. Okay, let b equal to hi. Both are string, okay, and you can use either, okay, but you cannot use like one in single invited and comma, and in a ending time is double invited comma. Either you can use single on all or double, but I recommended use double. Okay, let c equal to 10. Okay, let d equal to 10.05, or I would say 7. If it is a Java, then you have to specify it is a double or it is a float or that value. Here you don't have to worry. Okay, so let e equal to true. So either is true or false. Okay, that's called Boolean. F equal to null. Let g, and that's it. Okay, so that's our typical types of it. So this is a string, same thing, this is a string, this is number, so this is a number, that's also number, this is a Boolean, this is null, and this is a default. And how you going to check? I'm going to show it. There is another way to check. Okay, so console.log, and I'm going to say here type of and 40. Okay, so 40 is what? If you want to check, let's see, it's a number. Okay, it's a number, 40.12. Control S, again it's a number. Okay, what about hello? Control S, it's a string. What about hello? Okay, it's in a single inverted comma, it's a string. Okay, what about true? It's a Boolean. Okay, false, Boolean. What about null? That's going to be object. Yep, that's going to be object. Okay, So that's the way. There are types of data types. So when you need to utilize a string, you use a string. Okay, number, if it is true or false, then it's a boolean. So right now it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry, we're going to use in a practical. And also we're going to make some sort of small applications. It's like a quiz application, and user input and all this thing, random generator number, and we're going to make some small games and all these things in a future video. So that's where it makes a lot of sense. Try to grasp whatever you can, and that's how we're going to learn. So don't worry if you're not getting right now, just try to gather all the information what you can. Okay, so the another cool thing I would love to show you. So let's say I'm going to delete, or let's say comment out this one, right? And okay, so that's our string. Okay, and if I want to count how many total length, how I'm going to do it? I'm going to count manually? No, we have another. So it's stored in a what? Variable a, right? So as soon as we say a, then dot, right? And we can see length. Okay, so length, so control S, so a dot length, it's a 15. Okay, so it's a 15, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. Okay, let's say you want to see a dot character at, so you want to see it's starting with, right? So I would say 0. So remember, index start with the 0. Okay, so in the future we will see it. So it's h, right? It's a 0 1 2 3, something like that. Okay, in a second, if you want to see here, then we will say 1, index of 1, it's a e. So that's how you're going to see it. Okay, so that's a cool thing, right? So there are like a lot of things you can do by that. Right now we saw that too. I don't want to like show like a lot of things at the same time, so we're going to slowly learn a lot of things. Okay, in the next video we're going to utilize this variable, and we're going to concat, and that's what we're going to do in next video. Okay, we will meet you in next video. Hope you like my video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe, and we will meet you in next video. Bye bye.